Red Hot Gotsy, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe. Red Hot Gotsy. Alright, so today is another Cobra Kai video. Now today I'm gonna be talking about Daniel and Johnny. This is just, me going back to the old Cobra Kai vids. If you haven't watched my last video, it's the WandaVision review, basically just me talking about it and just giving my little, Gotsy review, you know what I mean? So go watch that if you haven't. And go watch my other Cobra Kai videos. So yeah, come subscribe, like. So today I'm talking about Johnny and Daniel, and just kind of talking about both their roles in the shows. Now in this show, not the shows, I might talk about the Karate Kid movies as well, but overall we're just going to be talking about Cobra Kai, the TV show, and just really talking about, this is really just a discussion on which, sensei is the better sensei. Now, and what ideology is better. Strike first, strike hard, or no mercy. Or, basically Miyagi, where it's more about self-defense and protecting yourself and protecting others who also need it. You know how Miyagi helped Daniel. Personally, when I think about it, Johnny has kind of strayed away from the typical, standard of strike first, strike hard, no mercy. But in a sense, that statement, that ideology still has some merit to it, based on a certain subject. Like, in season 3, if you think about it, he low-key was going to let Daniel, just, murder Kreese, basically. If you think about it, he was gonna let him murder Kreese. Let's keep it a buck here. I'm just saying. The way Daniel was in his stance and he was just ready to just strike Kreese, he was gonna murder him. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. But yeah, I think for extreme measures like that, it's Kreese. Let's be honest here. With Kreese, he's a bad motherfucker, so I would try to take him out as well, just to protect my kids, our kids, I would say, since they're on the same team. So they kind of have that. They both have that mindset to where when it comes to a certain individual, you need to get rid of him. You know what I mean? And he was basically seeking Johnny's approval on if he wanted to do it or not. It's kind of wrong words though. It just seemed like he was you know what I mean? But yeah, he was basically trying to in a way they were both communicating through a visual sense, I guess you could say. It wasn't a verbal kind of consensus. Consensus. It was more of yeah, we're gonna do this, and Johnny was yeah, destroy him. So it was kind of like that. But honestly, I think since Daniel kind of has an anger as well, just like Johnny, they both have kind of anger issues. Let's keep it a buck here, I think when push comes to shove, they will try to protect their kids, with any means necessary. So they could go that route, they go that far if they need to, but they kind of have their morals kind of get in the way of that. But I think let's say on Daniel's side, for example. Let's start with Daniel. I think Daniel, he has obviously, his daughter, his son, which his son doesn't really get involved in all of the, drama that the show is, based around. So he kind of, I wouldn't say he neglects his son, you know what I mean? Neither does Amanda. They just really don't talk about him like that. It's mainly based around Sam and stuff like that. It's just we don't see much about him. So, and at least he tries to help Sam and try to help her on her journey and try to help her be a better person. So, when he took her to go fishing, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that you could look at. He's a good father, and he's trying to, he has that noble side to him, that side that Miyagi tried to bring out of him, that Miyagi has himself. He tried to bring that out in Daniel and try to help him get on the right path. And he kind of strayed away from it a little bit in seasons 1 and 2, but he's getting more so to the point where he's truly becoming the master. You know what I mean? Uh, like mentally, not just with with the karate and stuff like that. So yeah, as a father, I think he's doing all right. He's obviously made a lot of mistakes, but and he could definitely work on that. Like I'm not even saying like he's a perfect freaking father. Absolutely not. But yeah, like he has the right mindset. He just needs to expand upon his actual like actions. You know what I mean? And his irrational behavior. As a sensei, I wouldn't say he's the best. I'll just say that. I would say Miyagi-Do did well, and they were very strong against for example, season 2, the mall fight. I think Robbie and Sam were very strong. Robbie first learned Miyagi-Do before he learned anything else. Like before he joined Cobra Kai in season 3, he was Miyagi-Do for season 1 and 2. And as a Miyagi-Do student, I think he's pretty strong. He learns pretty quickly, and Robbie, that is. And you know, I think it's half and half. I think it's Daniel's teachings that are, the art of Miyagi is very noble and is very, kind to the soul. Really helps you kind of understand karate how it should be, understood, just for self-defense only. And I think it's half. Robbie's just a good student, somewhat. Like he learns quickly. I'll say he learns quick because good student. I mean, he kind of almost killed Miguel, but you know what I mean. Like you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Uh, yeah, and obviously he didn't mean to do it, but it's just like kind of like he backtracked a little bit on what Miyagi-Do was all about. So it's like you really got to think about that. Like that's kind of a key element to kind of Miyagi's teachings being brought to life by Daniel. It kind of failed with Robbie. You got to think about it. Now he's Cobra Kai, so and Kreese is involved, so it's like really bad right now. Like Robbie's like just he's kind of failed Robbie in a way, or maybe even that kind of puts a limitation on how much he can teach a person. Maybe it isn't a failure for Daniel necessarily. Maybe it just shows that certain people just can't be saved, or maybe I don't know. Maybe they are setting up for Robbie to be saved in the future, which I think most likely they are. Obviously, I could almost bet money on it, probably. Yeah, to be honest, but like. I just think it really shows a limitation on Miyagi-Do as a whole. Like, if you are Cobra Kai, you have that mentality. Even if you join Miyagi-Do first, it might not work out for you. You might go to the dark side somewhat. You know what I mean? That's basically what he did. That was the result of Robbie Keane. That's what he became. Now, when it comes to Johnny, as a father, he's trash. He's horrible. He's terrible. Obviously, when it comes to now, let me elaborate before you dislike the video. All right, come subscribe, let me explain. All right, as a father, he neglected his son, right? And I think what he's done with Miguel is really good, and I think he's kind of redeemed a lot of his mistakes in the past, like with the Robbie. But initially as a father, he's terrible. He didn't even give his son a chance, and that's why he's so messed up in the head and mentally scarred from all of that. Looking at it from a more intellectual standpoint, it really will scar a person to be abandoned like that. And no wonder he almost killed Miguel. No wonder he couldn't learn from the mistakes of Daniel and try to learn Miyagi-Do and try to become a better student, because Johnny was not better. He wasn't a better person yet. So he screwed up his son mentally. Now he's on the bad side, the dark side, I guess you could say. So that kind of is a fault of Johnny's, and that kind of brings him down even lower than Daniel is as a father, I'd say. Johnny is an example of one of those senseis, or one of those people, how they have the saying where we don't deserve him, but we need him. You know what I mean? He's that type of sensei. He'll give you the cold hard truths. Um, without holding back, to be honest, which is in a way a good trait because it keeps you, on your toes. It makes you a stronger person overall. With the wrong person, it might, you know, make them kind of like how Hawk was, and as an example, God, I can't speak. Um, Jesus, it kind of can screw you up inside mentally and stuff like that. Um, That's why I say your mental is very important. And with karate and stuff like that, because Robbie kind of failed as a student, or you could say Daniel failed as a student, and Hawk was at a state where I feel like a lot of people would be, where there might be something wrong with them. Some people are like fat, or some people are really skinny. Some people may have deformities or something like that. And god dang, and that's the kind of thing that they kind of tackled with Hawk, having so many imperfections and being bullied and stuff like that, and then rising from it. That's what I love. And Johnny brought that out in him. He created Hawk. He created someone who is stronger than his insecurities, and that's what I really like from that. Now eventually, once you go into strike first, strike hard, no mercy, that's where it kind of goes too far, and that's where Hawk kind of turned to the dark side for a while, because he stayed with Kreese, he stayed with Cobra Kai, and he became very toxic, a very bad person. But he started to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. You know what I mean? I'm sounding really dramatic right now, but just bear with me, all right? He rise from the ashes, right? And he redeemed himself in season 3, when he basically saved Dimitri. And I think that's great character development for Hawk. And also with it just shows Johnny's teachings, even when he's not necessarily the sensei at that time, have an effect on you. And obviously I don't even need to go into all the things he's helped Miguel with. He's helped him, he literally almost died, and he helped him with his recovery, after his back got effed up because of Robbie, who was also his son. So he's helped him learn karate. He was his first student and all types of stuff. So he's obviously been great to Miguel, and just hung out with him and treat him almost like a son as well. Their relationship is very strong, one of the strongest in the series, and kind of shows that blood doesn't, mean anything. Blood doesn't determine if that person actually cares about you or not, if that person is actually, worth sticking around, if that person can help you or teach you something in life, you know what I mean? And this is sounding very deep, I'm gonna be very dramatic, but it's something to really think about, you know what I mean? Like with his own son Robbie, right? He could have seen him, and he was in jail, and he was struggling because he was getting beat up a lot. He felt depressed and stuff like that, sad because of what happened to Miguel, and mainly just his life not going the way he would want it to, and he wanted his dad for that, you know what I mean, his father. But he went to Miguel because he needed it. He needed him. He needed Johnny. So, and Robbie made a mistake. So that it really doesn't matter on the biological aspect and that stance, I guess you could say. And in that sense, it doesn't matter because it's about the teachings, the lessons, the true meaning of family, you know what I mean? So that's really what I wanted to say in this video. I know it's a mouthful and stuff like that, but I wanted to make more of a calmer video. It's kind of like me just spreading out a bunch of different ideas about Daniel and Johnny and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Should I be more crazy, bombastic, make some jokes or not, or should I just keep it more calm and more intellectual like this one? So I really want to know. Come subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace. No way, Jose. Red Hot Gotsy, come subscribe, come subscribe, like. Come subscribe, like, comment, subscribe.